Hey, ladies and gentlemen, how you guys doing? I'm doing all right. Okay, there's a big announcement. Now, tell me whether or not this sounds like this person in particular is endorsing the so-called candidate. With all the anti-banking spiels that he does, it almost sounds like this person, when speaking, is giving credit where credit is due and endorsing Bernie. It does not actually sound like it is hurting his character. Now, this is very strange coming from, I believe, the chairman and CEO of Goldman Sachs, who is supposedly endorsing Bernie. And in this article, there's also a mentioning that there was a $660,000 transaction of some kind. I believe it was to Bernie from the CEO of Goldman Sachs. That's at least what this is claiming, coming from QZ. So, coming from course, I'm starting to get better sources for these things, and I'm starting to actually get better results. Lloyd Blankfein, LLOYD space BLANKFEIN, is the chairman and CEO of investment bank Goldman Sachs. Specifically, not only did this CEO and chairman come out and say this, he didn't just say it in between at a conference or something in between, folks. This was said to CNBC on February 3rd. And so this person had to go out of their way during a CNBC to probably set up a CNBC meeting just to say this, or just to confirm something or another and then endorse him by saying this. This sounds kind of blatantly unpopular, but in the end, you kind of notice how the chairman and CEO, Lloyd Blankfein, at least to me, sounds like he's endorsing this move. The chairman and CEO of investment bank Goldman Sachs told CNBC February 3rd, Sanders' angry rhetoric against financial industry has wide implications, not just for Wall Street, not just for the people who are particularly targeted, but for anyone who is a little bit out of line, he added. Now, that's true. That's the part that basically says, okay, this is the setup. And this is the part that sounds like he's basically speaking on behalf of the company, but in the end, it kind of sounds like he's going, go Bernie, go Bernie, go Bernie. I don't generally support Bernie, so I want to put that out there. All right, so he said that, basically what he's saying is has wide implications, not just for Wall Street, but for the people being targeted in general. Basically, it's saying it's a little out of line. It's a liability to say, I'm going to compromise. I'm going to get 1 millimeter off the extreme position I have, and if you do, you have to backtrack and swear to people that you'll never compromise. It's just incredible. It's a moment in history. Alright, so here is the supposed CEO and chairman of Goldman Sachs. Maybe the investment portion of Goldman Sachs. I don't know the exact details. I don't know who their pyramid is and who's sitting at the top of it. But this guy is supposed to be the top dog of Goldman Sachs. He's not only basically putting out there saying that Bernie's speech is liable, but basically also that it has implications for Wall Street, just as for people being targeted, and basically saying that kind of in the end he kind of supports this. Now, maybe it's just me, but I'm kind of looking at this going, that's interesting. And Glenn Greenwald who bolsters Sanders' appeal, said basically this quote was the most powerful endorsement yet for the campaign. So, interesting, folks, that someone who is within the establishment would even dare to believe for a moment that they should who is the establishment, Chairman Investment, Goldman Sachs, on CNBC, February 3, Lloyd Blankfein. So what I want to say is that, if you're anti-banking and the CEO of Goldman Sachs decides to talk about you basically being an icon and a hero to them on national television, on CNBC. I know some don't look at that as a national, but it is. It actually is. I have to say that you are well respected in the banking community. Now, I don't know how you guys look at that. I don't know if you look at that as a pro, a negative, a con. I don't know. It just means that these guys look at him and know that his ideas are out there, but that they can still reach him. Good, bad, indifferent, it's still there. Thank you.